for giving me this opportunity to come here and talk to all of you. So anybody who thought that this is going to be a very comfortable session and the speaker is standing 20 feet away, I'm sorry, I'm going to be making it slightly uncomfortable because I'm going to stand next to you. It's very difficult to speak when you are standing very, very far. It's almost as if you are in a different room and you're trying to reach out to somebody. Yes, yes. If I was allowed, I would actually stand next to you and talk, but that would be very uncomfortable. So thank you once again. Basically, so there are some presentations and there are some charts or slides. But as far as the topic is concerned, which is about investing and investors or investors and investing, as you might have guessed from the topic, it is more about what kind of relationship investors have with their investments and how do investors actually view investments in their real life. Right? Uh, when we speak about investment, more often than not, what I have seen is the first distinction which we need to make. So it will help me if everybody finishes clicking photographs. Okay, so more often than not, when you speak about investments, it gets heavily confused with another word which people think is actually similar, but is not similar. It is dramatically different. And the word which people normally confuse with investment is another word called saving. Correct? Does everybody here know the difference between saving and investing? Everybody knows the difference between saving and investing. Okay, so what I will do is, instead of defining, I may just ask you a very simple question. See, everybody watches television, and nowadays you know that on television there are less programs and more advertisements. Correct? And when you talk about advertisements, whenever you see a saving product, a product which encourages you or a service which encourages you to save, what kind of picture do they show? To give you an to give you an encouragement to save, what kind of pictorial representation or what picture is actually shown? A piggy bank. Sorry. Good future. Okay. So I'll come to that. Normally speaking, whenever a bank gives an advertisement, savings account, the post office, whenever there is any saving product, whenever they want to show you anything which represents saving, they show you the picture of a piggy bank. Whenever they want to show you a product which is supposed to give you a good future, or whenever they want to show an investment product, what do they actually show? First of all, what is the difference between saving and investing is simply put that saving is saving, you just collect money, and investing has a connotation of growth, correct? So when they show savings, they always show you a piggy bank. When they show about investment, what do they show? What picture? They show a small sapling which then grows into a tree, correct? A piggy bank is supposed to just preserve your money. It is supposed to keep it safe and secure inside the piggy's tummy, and you can't expect that to grow. But on the other hand, when you speak about investing, it has a connotation of growth. Only something which grows your money can be termed as a investment. That's the first important difference which people need to keep in mind. And if you really think that saving a lot of money is going to get you anywhere, then you need to check those definitions. Correct? You may not want to just only listen to me. You can just go to Oxford Dictionary's website and check what is the difference between saving and investing. So this is one basic difference. What I'm going to speak about is, can I request Kanak? There is a lot of photography and a lot of movement. It will help me if we can just sit and listen. Because it will help me if I can focus on. Can you, sir, please be seated? Thank you very much. Okay, so the first thing was about saving and investing. The second important point which I wanted to highlight is that a lot of times when people speak about investments, the first thing that what comes to your mind first when somebody talks about investing or about investment? First thing that you actually think about. The presentation. What is that? Safety. You have to be in the piggy's tummy or you have to be outside trying to grow your tree. And when you try to grow a tree outside, it will be exposed to rain and sun and whatever. But if it is inside the piggy's tummy, it will remain as it is, but it won't get exposed to anything. So there are a couple of points that we are going to cover here. The first part, why do people actually invest? Why can't they spend all the money? Why do people need to invest? Why can't they spend all the money and consume everything? See, what happens is that in our life cycle, we have certain stages in our life. So after you're born and you go through your education, various levels of education, you're not earning anything. You're depending on your parents or whatever support system that you may have. And they are the ones who are actually paying for you. So at some level, your parents, when they are in their mid-age, they are actually investing in you so that when they grow old, they'll reap some benefits or those investments will fetch them some returns. Now, if your parents, when paying your educational fee, if your parents started thinking that will this result in anything or not, then that's the equivalent of saying that when I'm investing also I actually want to save and I don't want to make any kind of loss. But the main point is that when you are in the first stage of your life, you're not earning anything, you're actually consuming. In the second stage of your life is when you actually start earning. So let's say when you're 22, 23, 24, you start earning. But at that stage, from say 22 to 30, 35, when you actually start earning, there are very many occasions in life where you earn far more than what you need to spend. And there will be in future very many occasions or very many stages where you may not be earning, but you will need to actually spend a lot more. So the points in time in your entire life cycle, the points in time when you have a lot of inflows may not be the points in time when you are actually going to utilize that money. And the second point is that in your entire life cycle, there is no clear-cut accounting, there is no clear-cut hisab that you can do that this is the amount of money I will make and this is the amount of money I will need to carry out my life. So basically whatever money you make, you need that money also to make more money for you. There are only two ways in which you can earn money. One is that you actually work hard and earn money, and second is whatever you earn should actually earn you a lot more. That's the only two things that you can actually do. So in your entire life cycle, you will find that you need to more often than not, you will be receiving money which you are not spending, but you need to spend it much later. And then there is a second difficulty, that when you earn and when the time comes to spend, obviously there could be a time lag, and in that time lag there is an animal called inflation which is going to ensure that whatever you earn is not sufficient for what you will ultimately require to spend. So this is the reason that people actually need to invest. When people are investing, why is it that they need to invest? What are the reasons for investing? And what are these, I mentioned about life stages and goals. So what are these things whereby people actually need to invest their money? So it's very simple. The first thing would be, let's say if you started earning now, everybody has goals. One of the things which nowadays people spend a lot of their time